morning. Welcome to Dunsmore Moving Dirt. Started digging the pit yesterday and was going to set up the camera and couldn't find it. And when I got home, it was still sitting on the desk where I left it the day before. So anyway, we're still digging on the pit. Got the pipe out of the way, got some pipe cutters, and the landowner cut it, and we drug everything up there and dug this way and piled some dirt over here. That's where some dirt was already piled, but it was just come down to a point in the bottom, so I know I need more room in that. So I just started, I'm going to pile some dirt out there in that old hole, because eventually we're going to fill it up anyway. So I can bring some more back. I hope I can get biggest part of everything in this pit. It's going to be 3.5, 4 blades wide in the bottom of it, so maybe that'll work. We're going to leave the big steel tank. I'm going to get them 3 there, and I'll try to squish them up. I may put them in first, and then that way I can put all the other stuff. This is just a bunch of junk, and I hope that pipe's rotten enough where it breaks up. That's the 2 worst things to push with a bulldozer with a blade on it, is pipe and sucker rod, because you don't know where it's going to go or what it's going to do. That building there won't amount to much time I get it over here. I don't want no more trees in there than I have to put. I mean, some's going to have to come out, come into the pit, because they're going to come down with all that piping and stuff. The boats, I don't think they're going to amount to nothing. I think fiberglass and bulldozer tracks kind of makes them disintegrate. So like I say, I never have pushed a boat. We'll see. And all that mess over there, I want to try to get everything as flat as I can before I push it down in here. There'll be a good slope down here. When I bring that stuff out, I can push it down into the bottom and kind of lay it in there. We'll see how it goes. I hope I can get that a little bit deeper so I can put it all in here. We're going to save that. Any good trees over there, we'll save them, hackberry trees and everything. So like I say, that's the worst thing you can push right there, pipe and sucker rod. I'll show you where I had a piece go up in the side of that engine on that dozer when we get over there. Whatever I can get in the pit, we're going to put it in there and cover it up and call it good. So I'll set my camera up over on that post maybe while I'm finished digging that, then we'll start shoving that in there. So we'll let y'all see some of that later. Bye. Here's where a piece of pipe went in there at one time. Now this always had a split in it. It wasn't that big. I had to heat all this up and put it back, and when I'm raking and stuff, I'll put tape across there just to keep that grass and stuff from going out. But I was burying an old barn. It used to be an old homestead there, knocking everything down, and they used a lot of 1-inch galvanized water line back then, and that stuff's tough, and it's like a coil spring, and it'll bend and go up. Anyway, I don't know how long it was in there, because I was getting out on the other side of the cab until I filled up that night, and I pulled up to the trailer and was filling up and got out and looked, and I seen a piece of pipe going up in there, and it was down underneath the dozer. And what that thing had done, it had, instead of that, keeps that from shoving it in, but what had happened, either that pipe got in there, and then when I backed up or something, this was bent all the way back up to here. That's why I heated it and knocked it back. And right here's the hose that goes to you from your pre-cleaner to your air filter box, which is in there. And that piece of 1-inch pipe had went in there, went through this hose, and then it followed this hose all the way up there, up to the side of the engine, and it was just sitting in that hose rattling around. And at first I thought, man, that's the hose that was sucking air to the dozer from the filters, but it's behind that one, and that's a plastic box there, and it broke part of that. But if it had ever, the other hose that goes to your engine is right back behind that. If it ever went straight and knocked a hole in that hose, that would have been bad news, because it would have been sucking dirt up in the engine. But that stuff, that hose was laid up in under here and curled around and never did see it. You can't see it from the cab, so that's why I hate pipe and stuff like that, because it'll get around stuff and in stuff. And I've had it come up here on another dozer and tear up my hoses because I didn't see it. It come up under the blade and wrapped around them hoses and stuff and pulled them. And so you just always got to be careful when you're in pipe, sucker rod, anything like that, because it'll go where you don't want it to go all the time. And if you got something up here and you can't see it, even though them louvers are at an angle, it can figure out how to get up in there if it wants to and go through your radiator or hit your fans and tear them up. So anyway. come about an inch of rain here Friday, so kind of let it dry up over the weekend. And I mean, it soaked it all up. No dust is flying yet this morning, so I've got quite a bit of stuff up here that I'm fixing to shove in the pit, and that is most of it. There's still a little bit I need to bring up here, but I'm going to start putting the rest of that in the pit. Got quite a bit in there already, and like I say, I think the big tanks and everything, they're going to have to go over here behind this pile of dirt in this other one. So that may be all I put in this pit here. I'll just have to see. There's a little tank. If I can get it in here and get it squashed down, I'll put it in here. But we'll let you set it up on time lapse, let you see a little bit of that.